Yo, YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Jay, back here with another vid. Hope y'all doing well, blessed, on your purpose, getting to a pack, all that good shit. Um, you can either make excuses or get results, but you can't do both. So, let me say that again. We gotta let that breathe. You can either make excuses or get results, but you can't do both. Like, me personally, I could have sat here. I was eating my Chipotle. I was in the middle of eating my Chipotle. Today, had a pretty decent day. Worked out twice. Did some extra side hustle work. Did some calls. Potentially closed the deal. Enough about that. Another thing that was on my agenda was to make this YouTube video. Things got muffled earlier in the day to where I couldn't make it earlier in the day. I had a video I wanted to give you all an apartment tour. But I didn't get a chance to do that. So what am I doing now? I'm hopping on here. I'm making a quick little 5-10 minute video, however long it ends up being, video about how I can either get results or make excuses. Me personally, I done made excuses for too long in my life to the point to where I'm ready to start reaping the results. And at the end of the day, people could get emotional. People could get their feelings involved. People could say this happened to me and what was me, victim mentality. I'm going through this. You don't understand my situation, this or that. But at the end of the day, you got to wake up in your crib every day. The house that you're waking up in right now, that's the choices that you made. That's where you got to be. You got to live in that environment. You got to drive that car. You have to go to your job. You have to make income how you make income. At the end of the day, we have to live with our results. So the quicker that we stop lying to other people and stop lying to ourselves, more importantly, the quicker that we can actually get on the path of saying, hey, let me just get the job done. Let me just get the result. Let me just take a step. Let me just make a insert in the deposit box of my dreams. Let me just take that for emotion. Instead of making an excuse on why I couldn't do it. Well, it's late. It's dark out. I don't got good lighting, I don't really have a script, I didn't plan it out. I'm not gonna have time to do a thumbnail, I'm not gonna have time to edit the video. All this stuff that the mind will tell you, but at the end of the day, I could just pull out this camera, I could just speak from the heart, I could just try to add value, I could just try to impact someone, and then I could post it, someone could watch it, somebody can get impacted, value added to it, to where they could change their life. I could get views, I could expand my brand, I could extend my network. Showing people more consistent, more likely to tap in. All these different things on also giving myself reasons why I should do it, why I could do it, why I should do it to get the result I want. Reminding myself of the results I want in my life. Do I really want this? Do I want it like I say I want it? Is this the lifestyle I want to live? These are questions you have to ask yourself on the journey when you have the choice. At the moment you have the choice to say, hey, I'm about to make an excuse right here, or I'm about to get the job done. At that moment, how do you talk to yourself? Are you talking to yourself in a negative way, like, man, this is gonna be so hard, I shouldn't do it, it's gonna take so long, so much effort and work? Or are you looking from it from a perspective of, hey, I just need to consistently get the habit in. I don't need to grand slam, home run, do the best video I ever done in my whole life. I just need to get the habit of making this video in. So let me just make the video. I just need to get the habit of doing what I say I'm gonna do. So let me just do it real quick. If you're trying to work out at the gym, it's not saying you have to go 6 days a week, 2 hours a day to start. Just show up to the gym one day. Okay, bet I showed up today. Let me go in here, let me walk on the treadmill for 15 minutes the next day. And then over time, if you keep stacking that 15 minutes, then you stack it to 30, then you stack it to 45, then you start doing that 3 times a week, then 4, then 5, then 6. Eventually, you'll work up to that to where, the load is always manageable. I think that's the problem with a lot of times people end up making excuses is because they look at the work that they have to do as not being manageable, something that they can't handle, something that they're AKA not willing to do. And that's not your spirit talking. That's not the God part of you talking. That's the lower self. That's the ego version of a limit talking. The spirit doesn't think from limits. The spirit thinks as anything is possible. The spirit thinks from a growth mindset. But the ego, the flesh, thinks from a fixed mindset, a mindset to where, everything's going to death anyway. So, why improve anything? Let me just try to survive. Let me just, do things to where I can, continue living. But the spirit seeks expansion. The spirit seeks inspiration. The spirit seeks impact. It wants to embed its philosophies onto the world. So the question that you have to ask yourself and what you have to ask God for is the spirit of the Holy One, the only one, the Christ spirit. You know, because what that spirit is going to allow you to do is give you the strength, give you the will, give you the faith and belief in oneself to say that, hey, I can get the job done real quick. I cannot make excuses on my dreams tonight. That's going to give you the will. That's going to give you the inspiration. That's going to give you the spark, you know, because the flesh by ourselves, we're going to have all these limiting beliefs about how we are based on the story that we tell ourselves about how we experience things in our past, to where it's going to be super unlikely for you to actually take action in the present moment without flipping the switch, having the perspective of saying, hey, I can do it. I can just take a step. I can just be on the journey. I can just not think about all the people I'm comparing myself to on Instagram when I make this post. I could just think about inserting a thing to my dreams. You know, the Christ spirit, the Holy Spirit, the spirit of truth. Ultimately, it's going to take work to get to where you want to be. So the truth is, you know, whether you make the best video, whether you make the best Instagram post, one ain't going to get the job done. At the end of the day, you got to be consistent with it. So at the end of the day, you know, the more volume you get out there, the more feedback you can get to market, from the market, excuse me. And that way you can make better videos. That way you can make better content. That way you can do better things. But you only get that from putting yourself out there. You only get that from taking action. You only get that from seeking the results that you want out of life. You don't get that from sitting on the couch. You don't get that from saying, hey, not tonight. Y'all don't get this passion on this video. Y'all don't get to watch this if I say, hey, not tonight. Let me finish my Chipotle first. Then I get fat. Then I get lethargic. Then I watch the game. Then I turn the game on. Then I go to sleep and I don't make the video. Then you don't get impacted. Then you go do some mistake in your life. You know, so this stuff is all important. I say all that to say it's all important. You know, we might not think our individual assignment is important, but in God's grand scheme, it's all important. You know, us living up to our full potential is all important. It's important not only for us and the people around us and our family, but it's important for our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children. You know, it's important for generations to come that we do what's necessary now in the moment and not make excuses, because then the people that are innocent and shouldn't have to go through the things that not in alignment for them in God's will, they shouldn't have to go through certain things, you know, they won't have to go through them if we don't make excuses. But if we continue to make excuses, we can simply say, not today, or I'll do it tomorrow, or let me do it next week, or I'll think about it, or yeah, I'm thinking about planning or preparing, or never just doing the thing to get the results, never taking action, never posting a video, never sending the email, never reaching out to the person, whatever it may be. You know, if we continue to not do that, then they have to live with the consequences of those decisions. And those consequences of those decisions are the ones you living with right now. I said it earlier in the video. You waking up in your crib. Are you satisfied with that? You driving your whip. Are you satisfied with that? You going to that job every day. Are you satisfied with that? You are talking to those girls. Are you satisfied with those? You know, you have this relationship with God. Are you satisfied with that? You have a certain body type. Are you satisfied with that? If the answer is to no to any of those questions, the question has to be then, why are you making excuses for your dreams? And to answer, it's simply you're not willing to do what's necessary to get the job done. And I'm here to say that you don't have to be willing. You don't have to be willing. All you have to do is allow Christ to come into your life, giving you the spirit of truth that who you really are is someone that's coming straight from that source. You know, a son of the Most High God, that's the truth of who you are. So once you let that spirit of truth envelop in your spirit and get in your veins and course through your bones, and it comes through every single fiber, and you're doing the right things throughout life and you're building the right habits, then the things that you once thought were impossible or things that you couldn't do or weren't worth it, or the things you making excuses for, you find them easy. You know, you find them things of the past. Now you're looking for new challenges. Now you're looking for the next assignment. And it's this never constant ending journey of growth to ultimately becoming the best version of yourself, which is what this channel is all about. So if you appreciate the video, I appreciate you. Smash the like button, comment what you want to see next. Subscribe to the channel for more vids. We'll catch all of y'all on the next one. Peace.